there, Junior.
Let me give all the Liverpool fans that are out there, I'm going to do justice to you guys.
Come on, easy with the bad mind, man.
I don't want nobody to say my bad mind Liverpool. So, Liverpool fans, listen.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head
Pick up every Liverpool
up
fan.
high
The best song ever.
and down.
Anyone say I go selector though? I go selector anyway. I go selector, man.
Of the dark.
Let's all give them justice, man. 2 minutes.
At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver sound of the lark.
Yeah, man, walk on, man. Come on now.
Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. For your dreams be tossed and blow. Walk on.
What's that Hey, Junior. Hey, bedtime.
Yes, come on, go ahead. Come on, go ahead.
You ask how Liverpool financials increase. You know, this is what 4.something million or whatever, 6.5 million, and now 40-something million.
So that's
them 3 money are the reason why. You know, so them have multiple giants. That's not funny.
Big up to Liverpool family. Big up. 28 victories, 2 ties, 1 loss so far this season, 86 points. They have lost 2 games in 2 years. Beat and teach the rest of the EPL team. You never walk alone. Rex Roy, Dalton, Stefan, big up your team, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Sir.
We're gonna switch to other things, so we don't want Liverpool to take over the whole show. We don't want them to take over the whole show.
Bless up everybody. Thank you.
Bless up yourself.
Congrats, guys.
All right, thanks for having us. Yeah, 30 minutes.
Bye.
All right.
Bless up family.
Me say you that me kinda me low key, me not really ask how people that push out themselves on social media. But you see, like when me in my community or everybody know if a youth come to me ask me about football, I see like how you see me on there reason. I see when me try driving at the meeting.
Yeah.
But they understand, especially youth where a Jamaica me go up on certain kind and say my dig over there and you know say yo, another road there alone. Or a whole road there, whichever one you want to choose in it. Come here, I tell you, when I got primary school and high school, I never care about school. Now, one time, not even football, I don't care about.
Yeah.
I want to see how things are turn out to be. And, you know, so I want to teach. I never share that story. I want to teach and motivate me, you know, in a one way. It I say, when you go to school, the teacher is supposed to help you, you know. You know, so as stats, I got stats. I never forget this day till today. Welding class, I go, you know. I got welding class and the teacher, you know. Just imagine as a young man, you try better your future. Your teacher come there and tell you, say, you're not going to come out, you know, you just have to walk through the school and go on the roadside and do this and that. Just imagine your teacher tell you that, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The man tell me that, you know, it's from the day the man tell me, I come like I want a knife, the man take and jaw across my heart, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And funny tell me that, man, he come like me transfer. Me want to thank him every day for what he said to me. He motivate me. I know say even when my guy said to man see me and he afraid, he don't want to look at me. He like him know. He turn 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I go down there, I go watch all high school football and him with there in his stands. And him send people come beg me a drink. In can't face me himself. I know some game. Come in and me don't know if it go choke him, but me game. Come on. I tell you, brother.
Yeah, but
their teacher break down
yes.
such a young person. They don't think they're right. So that's what I tell you.
Right. Yeah.
Me sit down with the youth them and try and motivate them.
Yeah, man.
Coaching are one of my ability. I mean, me be license already. I mean, have it.
Can tell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Me do it already. I have it, man. But
Upliftment is very important for the youth, and definitely, and encouragement, definitely important, vital at that age. Definitely, like him saying, going in community and talk to the youths and about football. Very important. I mean, like I said, back in our day, we probably really never have that much. Like him saying, teacher, his own teacher, tell him, saying probably not gonna reach nowhere. That, and of course, him take that negativity and turn it into a positive, which is not a lot of people can do that. And I commend him for doing that. And see which part him reach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Deshaun, how much passport they gone through now? Because you've lived basically everywhere, done everything, visited everywhere.
it's about 3. I'm on a third one now. I want to get a new one again.
But we have a question. We have a question for you still. And regarding the stats thing, Deshaun, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
As a Mannings man, graduate from Mannings, I didn't expect better from stats too.
Yeah.
That's what stats teachers them still, man. That's what them say.
Yeah. Well, man, that man is still don't be a teach. Man, I don't know if him learn. I used to try break other young
youth.
But because we tell the truth, and everybody's strong. I take it away every turn. Probably he say something to another youth, and the youth just give up on school and say, I want to go, and the man go take up in our night start.
This is true. But more actually, Deshaun, where is the Messi selfie, brethren? Because I remember one game where I get the Messi selfie, and the Messi selfie stay. It free him?
Yeah, man, me free me and put up in my mother's house. Because I build a house in my mother's house, so I kind of have it there, I mean, I have a jersey, because we got Barcelona on a training program in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Because I remember that game, one man, I get himself. But,
I want to tell you, a whole heap of backlash me get for that picture there,
Yeah, because I someone that beat you say, put ball above you, like, the man that just regular ball.
They man above me. They man 3 million miles above me. If me did half of that, man, way right now, me all right.
But me would have much rather pay and watch you play than Messi still, No,
I understand, because whatever you yard man, you have to feel proud because it's another yard man. But at the same time, you have to feel proud to say a yard man play against such a well-known, talented person where we win. The only thing the man win our World Cup,
Yeah, I'm not wrong here, my youth. Take the picture,
And people make it look like, say, me play with the phone. I not play the phone. The coach sub me. The man take me off. Yo, brother, if you tell the whole God Almighty truth. Me not even did that thing, but nothing say this will go viral.
Yeah.
True, me just fear you to where I grew up and watch them man play Champions League and play World Cup, all of them something.
Yeah.
Me never picture myself up on a field with this man.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. So me didn't know. I say, I come on 5 feet and I go to bathroom. I say, I want a picture with the man. And I just take up the phone.
Yeah.
And I go there because I know how you think of the people, bomb rush man and go quick. So I go and I ask the man for a picture. The man not say no, the man not even do anything. I take the picture. It's just that because the camera them they run and everything, people make it look. The man never really take it as no way.
Yeah.
Who do you? I know like people don't like to compare themselves to players, right? So we've seen you play, and Benton likes to call you the live wire because you're like always, chipping in and out and weaving. Who do you see yourself play like? Who do you see your playing style is identical to?
That's a good question. As I watch soccer, people that I really like to watch are players, specifically Eden Hazard, and he is just like next level in terms of the control of the ball. He's a smaller guy, but just so powerful. And the ball sticks to his foot, but he's all over the field, and he's scoring from every angle. But he knows how to go slow, how to go fast. Not just like there's some players that are one speed. If they're fast, one speed down the line, back up. They can't slow down. They can't change directions. And I just love Eden Hazard for those things. When I first started playing, it was Messi. But it wasn't that Messi could dribble. It was that Messi didn't have a position. It was like Messi was put on the field by his coaches, and they're like, just go do you. I'm sure they told him that. And so even I was developed as a player by my dad. He's like, Maria, just go where you're needed. If you need to be dropping back as a false nine, go into that space, take the ball, and take it up. So I love those players that can find the freedom, but also just know and find where they can be the most impactful.
Okay.
And big up Aaron Campbell on Island Sports, so that she play like Abby Wambach. Love your play style. Would have loved to see her in the women's league in France or Germany.
Wow.
We'd love to hear. But Marie, I would like to apologize to you personally, not on behalf of the show, but on behalf of myself. I love to see people get salad, or Americans call it Meg. I love to see people get salad, and I laugh, and I post these videos all the time. And I post it, and I laugh, and I laugh, and I laugh. And I see your videos, and honestly, it's my first time seeing your compilation of salads. Where does that come from? Because as a big midfielder in the corner league like myself, where does that style come from? Like I hear you use Messi as inspiration, as somebody you play like, but having that ability to salad somebody at will, that is different. That is not, a lot of people see it and can't do it. So is that testament of your father's training? Is that something that you just love to do and then laugh at people? I feel like to laugh. Be honest with me.
Oh man, I love salad. My dad always says that. We say Meg, whatever, but that is something I just absolutely I love, and like the same way as you, it's almost better than just going past somebody or scoring at some points. But that is something my dad taught me. My dad he'll do any salad like at any point he wants to. He'll be going at goal. Someone's coming behind him. He'll probably turn back around just to salad and then go score the goal. He embedded that into my brain. So I picked up. I was like, I even think of situations like, man, if I went left and I stopped, I could probably give him a good Meg. And I'll have all these scenarios and make up them in my head. But I think you said a good point, which is that Americans it's not a big thing. It's like they'll see it, they'll cheer if you do it. But you go outside the country, Jamaica, anywhere else, honestly, it's huge. They'll just have games focused on megging people. And so it's definitely not an American thing. I wish it was. People don't, if you try to make somebody, they'll just say, hey, stop fooling around. Like, let's play for real. And I'm like, man, this is playing.
Well, Brad was asking, what would it take for Mr. Butler to coach a Jamaica national team?
You hear that question?
You really have to ask them, man. But the truth of it is that we just need to ensure, because I have a lot of contacts overseas and I can do a lot of work there.
Right.
I think that we just need to ensure that we put a system in place. I would be willing to help them put the system in place, but I don't think that my job is to coach. I am 52 this year, and I've put in a lot of work. I've burned the candle at both ends to get Jamaica and its young players to where it is on a worldwide scale, where we can get players going into Belgium regularly now on trials and things like that. And, more power to Kevin, Kyle, and Sharky for really putting out the effort and getting us there, and all the other players, Phoenix players that went up. And listen, you have some man who go work at the top of the top highest companies that make millions of dollars in marketing. And you have some man that go work and they still love their marketing and make a decent living out there. That's what I am proud of. I'm proud that every player that I've touched and come through in Phoenix Academy, they've been able to either use the football to advance themselves. Kemar Reed is doing well in Malta. Some man there Trinidad do well, some man there St. Vincent do well, some man there in the US do well. Football is a beautiful game, but it's also something that can help people and, improve our communities. And can you imagine if we really were to work hard enough that we could have 14, 15 Leon Baileys from different communities, making what Leon is making, giving back to the communities the way Leon gives back, what it would do for a country.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What it would do for people.
Why not form a RSPL team? Why not buy a team? Why not take over Mullines? Because it's Benton's favorite team.
Easy.
Why not buy a team? Why not buy a team, enter in the RSPL and show them how it's done, how to run a club and how to play football?
Because Phoenix is doing that already. We don't need to. You have to think beyond the fishbowl. Come on. Phoenix has done that already. And they're still not here. Leon Bailey is one of the top young players in the world.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Yeah.
And them still not listen. So if them not listen, what me are going to do? Go play RSPL and do it. Make them broke up the little youth them foot.
True.
True. Yo, and by the way, those are the views of Craig Butler. Island Sports Network is our official RSPL partner. Craig Butler.
Hold on. I'm not putting down the RSPL players, you know.
Okay.
What I'm saying,
we get this.
If I play in the RSPL, I'm going to put Sean Layton at 11 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going to play against them. I'm going to shift up everybody. Can skill be at skill.
Yes.
And then the slide tackle, and then the slide tackle with 2 foot.
Yes.
I broke him like a foot.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
Hey, so wait, so engineer, give me the bad eye. But my question to you, this is my last question. I have to come back for part 2 because my list, I have like 15 questions. I really need to talk to you about, Craig. I need to pick your brain because the both of us love football and we love Jamaica football. But what level do you think the RSPL is at? You've gone to matches, you've seen different leagues. Where would you place the RSPL? At what level? USL, League One?
I don't think, I really don't rate the USL still, but because the developmental factor is also a challenge in the US. But the reality is that because we have not developed our players properly, right? And then the best that we have developed are actually gone. They either go to college when they're younger or they go to get a chance to play at a club, whether it is Malta or Belgium or wherever, they will go. So what is left is players who have talent, yeah, but are older, a little more frustrated, yeah, and also very physical players because we're fast and we're extremely strong. Now we have not guided that development so that the speed and strength is used in the correct way. So what end up happening is we're playing a really, you see some of them tackling in the Premier League?
Yeah.
No.
Seriously.
No, true.
It's what the referees allow in the Premier League. Do you know that football is not a contact sport? Do you know that if you touch somebody in the box is a penalty? You see what they do to players out here? That's why Belgium changed their system. How do you believe a young player like Sean, who is so skillful that every ball him get, I encourage him to take on the money. If Leon Bailey was 15 years old playing in the RSPL, wouldn't he be in the hospital twice a week?
Yeah, man. The man would have cleaned him up, fetch him up in the corner. Yeah, man.
So his development would have been killed. And that is why I'm saying we must change how we look at developing players. We must use our creativity. We must use the speed, not to kick long balls, but speed up thought. Yeah. We must develop the skill sets with both feet. Yeah. And we must ensure that we play to what our natural genes allow us to do. We're the fastest human beings on the planet.
Yeah. Utilize that.
In a sport that has developed into speed.
Yeah.
The football is playing so fast now compared to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yet we're not taking advantage of it. Look what Leon can do to them. Why is it that other players can't do it? Why they not getting that opportunity and that chance? Have they been developed properly? Are they two-footed? Are they confident? Are they humble? Yeah? You know that Phoenix players don't really take on nobody. You ever see Leon take on nobody? Leon don't take on nobody. You know? Him leave that for me, because that's my job.
Yeah.
But my back broad, and well, come on, I don't think you're back broad, but you're strong. My back broad, so me can't take the stop them on my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
He must be seen as this nice. You think Leon and I don't share the same exact views? I mean, he raised him enough.
Yeah.
But it's not his job to take on those battles. It's the manager's job. The problem is that the country and the JFF have been so used to dealing with players directly and treating them in an unprofessional manner that when a player believes that he's a professional and can speak, you take it as an insult. While it is a criticism, it is something for you to motivate yourself to do better. When you tell me, say, Craig Butler, you're not good and you're not coach, you say, look by my play them. Come play a match now. How much you want? 10?
This week, Lionel Messi scored 700 goals for club and country, but also Lionel Messi, as reported by a couple sources or multiple sources, Catena, sir, in Spain, also reported that Lionel Messi is apparently discontinue or stop contract negotiation with FC Barcelona beyond 2021. Surely Lionel Messi is not leaving Barcelona. Right, come on.
Right now, I would leave Barcelona. I mean, right now, I would definitely leave them. I mean, come on. But I don't see Messi leaving Barcelona and going anywhere. I think Barcelona is his legacy, and I think that's where he's going to retire.
What exactly is the problem going on with Lionel Messi, and what exactly is the problem going on with Barcelona Football Club? Come on, and Julia. I mean,
I think Messi wants a different coach. I think Messi playing Arden. Remember one of them girls there, but Messi play Arden. I think he's not okay with the direction the club is going. Maybe he wanted Xavi not coming up again because he renewed his contract with his club. But maybe he wants a different coach to come in, and he's just making, put on him foot down and said, if you don't get this, you don't give me this and whatever, then I'm going to leave. But I don't think Messi is going to go anywhere. And Barcelona is shambolic. Even though they're winning now, they're beating Villarreal by 4-1. I mean, I still think they have a whole bunch of issues. They came from the break leading, and now they're 4 points behind Real Madrid. So I mean, it's troubling. But I don't think Messi going anywhere.
Yeah, and following up that, what was that experience like for you being in the 2006 World Cup? I know you were injured. You didn't get to play until the Paraguayan game, the game against Paraguay. But what was that experience like for you, knowing that the man come all the way from Trinity City to make it all the way to the pinnacle of world soccer?
Well, it was a boyhood dream. From since I was 9 years old. I had the dream of being a professional footballer. I had a dream of playing actually in the 2002 World Cup. Those were the goals I set for myself as a young player. Just starting off the game in Trinidad, and a lot of people back then would always say to me that there's no football in Trinidad, no football in the Caribbean. You have no chance of doing that. And I would just say to them, you've got. Later on, when in my teenage years, I would be like, there's Dwight York out there and there's Russell Latapy, but they, people would always say that, that's only two players. How dare you think that you're going to be a footballer? And you just have to stay, focused, stay disciplined, work really, really hard. And I was one World Cup late, because I wanted to play in the 2002 version, but thankfully we qualified for 2006, and it was a fantastic experience. Words can't describe it. The good thing I liked about it really was the pressure to perform, the pressure to qualify first, of course, and then the pressure in the World Cup itself to make sure you perform well.
Yeah. Come on, with us fighting for stars now. You're so quiet.
I'm listening. I can't talk while he's talking, so I'm listening. I'm just waiting.
Yeah. So come on, go ahead if you have questions for Kelvin.
So Kelvin, I noticed that you have played maybe 15 different clubs in your career. So I because I know there's this stigma around players that if you are sent on loan or if you're at a club and they decide they don't want you, that a player is not necessarily good enough. But I also believe that it's just maybe not the right fit. I mean, a player can be of good caliber, but it's just not a good fit. How did you feel? I mean, like how did you continue on when you had to go to different clubs? Because we would call you a rolling stone, right? So tell me how did you gather mass? How did you think about just putting your one foot in front of the other? What advice would you give to a player who finds himself in a situation? I know it's more than one question in one.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So how would you encourage, or what would you tell a player who finds him or herself in a similar situation?
The loads of clubs, and my son actually brought it to my attention because, incredibly enough, they're always Googling me, and they're here with me all the time. It's kind of strange. But I had a lot of injuries in the back end of my career, and I think that came from playing in Trinidad, on the hard pitches. So I developed a really bad tendonitis problem in my left knee. So it was always a struggle from about age 28 go forward, was always a struggle to stay fit, because I was essentially playing in pain all the time. I used to live on painkillers because, eating painkillers to train. And that did affect my club career. What I did focus on, and, thankfully Leo being Hacker, the manager, he was always there, and he really believed in me, and he told me just make sure and be fit for Trinidad and Tobago's games. He was aware I wasn't playing as much as I should at club level, but he had such belief in me that my focus was just trying to be fit for Trinidad and Tobago internationals, especially the World Cup qualifiers at the time, and I was able to do that. But again, I have to go back. It's about having total belief in yourself, total belief in your ability, in your work ethic, in your discipline, and having a good support base around you. That's crucial. Having people who support you, and as long as you have that, I believe you have a chance.